table topics is that you are given a topic and you have to talk, as in you are seated on like a round table and you have an audience to talk to. In the past, in the past, after observing and seeing a lot of table topics, what I've seen is there are usually two types of themes. Either it is informational or it is entertaining. The topic was philosophy, so almost everyone went with the informational side of the subject. Everyone was asked a question and they had a strong opinion about the topic. They tried to justify it with the help of examples, and they did a nice job on that. So I'll first talk about Audrey, how she did and what she did well, and like a challenge to so that she can improve upon. And second, I'll talk about Akanshi. So Audrey was asked a question: is an action good or bad due to its consequences, or intrinsically good or bad? As we know, it's a heavily philosophical question, and to answer it, you have to go quite rich in content. And right from the beginning, what she did is she told her stance, and she said that she won't take either side and she'll be in the middle. And how that helps is it gives a structure to the speech. So I knew as soon as I heard that she won't take any one stance and she'll talk about like a middle road. That was a good thing, which you did. Secondly, to engage in the speech, Audrey also mentioned a quote, and as soon as I heard a quote, I could relate to it, or I thought of an example which happened with me, or like an instance, and that was good. One challenge for you, Audrey, is that you could also talk about your personal story, where you can fit in about the subject which you're talking about and connect to yourself. That would help with the audience engagement part. Second, I'll talk about Akanshi. She was asked, if ignorance is bliss, why should we seek knowledge, or should we seek knowledge or not? Again, as I mentioned, the whole table topics was philosophically charged. What she also did, she took a stance that she will seek knowledge. So I knew that, okay, so now she has a stance and she will debate on that. Her speech was also informational. So I had to focus on the content, that what she's saying, is that logical, and are all the examples, are they justified along with the content? One thing which I liked about you, Akanshi, is that you mentioned your own personal story. You mentioned a story about you and your brother and how that made you feel. A challenge for you can be that you can add more adjectives which can, help to intensify the speech, because that's the theme and tone which you had. So finally, I think both the speeches were good. They made good table topic speeches. They both had rich content and a rich conclusion. Thank you.